What's going on, everybody? We're having a little technical difficulties, but we're going to get this jumping in 1 second. It's good to see y'all in here with me. How y'all feeling? You know we're about to get into this Bel-Air live discussion. I'm just waiting for my homeboys to jump in. How's everybody doing? I'm on the road right now. For those who don't know, I'm out in California, WonderCon. I'm covering, the Repop convention, having a blast, meeting some people, networking with some friends of mine. Shout out to my man Najir from Gold Belt, Big Gold Belt Media. I see you out there, brother. And we're about to get into this. How's everybody feeling while we get ready to talk this talk? I know a lot of people are not feeling it. I know a lot of people are feeling it, but we're going to get into it and we're going to talk this Bel-Air talk the way that it needs to be discussed, because we've made it. We've made it to the end. We've made it to the end. If you're rocking with me, where you at? Let me know. Send a comment. Oh, man. Just waiting on my peoples to get in here. It's been a long day, y'all. Long day, but a good one. And we're gonna get this going. Then I gotta meet my peoples. I gotta meet my man Najir for some good eats out here in Cali. Let me know if you're out in Cali. Let me know where the best spots to eat, because I need to know. You know what I mean? I got a couple. I got like one more day out here, and I need to go grub. So let me know where my guys at. So we're gonna get this started in just a little bit. I know it's early out here. It's only 6:30. Back home, I know they all getting ready for bed, getting tucked in on a Saturday night. So y'all be good. We're gonna get this started in a little bit. I'm gonna put y'all on hold and let y'all know. We'll be right back. All right? Cool.
What up, man?
What's up, man?
What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do?
It's crazy because I can't even hear you right now.
Okay. Are you live right now?
That's weird. Give me 1 minute.
You're live, I think. Yep.
I got you. What up, man?
What's the deal, man? You know you live, right?
Yeah, I know. I've been live. I know it was like technical difficulties. We trying to get everybody together. It's been a crazy weekend. I'm over here in the West Coast, so my time is it's 3 hours behind where you are. So, and then my other guy, my other man, I know who he is. He's supposed to be coming in too, but I don't know what his situation is. But we gotta get it rolling anyways. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. You know, it's been a good week. Fantastic episode 10. I'm ready to chop it up, bro. I was waiting. I even purposely didn't watch it on Thursday so that when we came into here, it would be fresh. I wanted it to be fresh on my brain. So I got it in this morning. Really got a chance to digest it. And it was phenomenal. I'm ready to talk about it.
I think I went back to it like 2 times already, and it's still fresh. It's still here. I've been thinking about it. Now I've been thinking about this for like three weeks. I've been waiting to talk to y'all about this because I told you it was going to be wild. I told you it was going to be crazy, and I feel like they give you so much in the beginning that's like kind of irrelevant stuff, and then they hit you with it, and then you're like, what? You're like, what?
Yeah, but, I was actually floored because it was some stuff at the beginning. I was like, once I saw the entire piece, and this has kind of been our criticism from the entire season. It's almost like they don't know where they should be focusing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they don't really like. They kept trying to give us this Lisa stuff. We don't care about Lisa. Get her out of there. Like, she's not adding anything to the dynamic of the story that we actually really care about. And so, like, even when they were trying to weave her into this story, you know, in episode 10, it just was like, why? We don't care.
Am I getting feedback on the mic out there? How do I sound?
Yeah, you sound different, but I think that's just because of whatever the feeds you're coming through. But I can hear you.
Samara said I was peaking, so maybe I just need to bring it down a little bit. But it's good to see y'all in here. I appreciate y'all stepping in. You know what I mean, to chill with us and talk this finale, Bel-Air, man. Let's get into it. The opening scene, right? It starts off elegant. It's looking like Black excellence. You know what I mean? You know, they're doing the art show thing, and you know, artists come through in honor of Viv. She's got the fellowship. We see some cameos. I don't know if any of y'all know Hebrew Brantley. He's a very, very popular pop culture artist. Who does that design Flyboy. I brought this up in my non-spoiler review. Tell me how the opening made you feel. Like the one thing that I'm not happy with that they don't do well is I don't feel like they know how to foreshadow or plant the seeds the proper way. Sometimes the show just picks up and does its own thing, and then they get into it.
Well, again, we don't know how much time. between the time where Phil said, "Hey, I'm out," to this, because this is her already setting up her first show with the new fellowship that she's received and she's taken. This is the new world. People are asking Phil what he's going to do. But we know it's not too far in the future, but we also know that it's not the next day. It's not 2 days from now. None of that can turn over so quickly. So it really leaves us like wondering about the aftermath, like, because there's certain things that are said in the script that would make us believe this was like right on the heels of what happened. Like Will apologizing to Uncle Phil about everything. Like, if we're talking about a couple of weeks out from when Phil resigned, don't you think we would have had that already? So that was one of the things. But as far as the scene goes, it was phenomenal. All these black people around at something that you don't associate with black immediately. And
at all.
I love the fact that they're giving us black people being their extraordinary selves in avenues that we haven't seen us be pushed in to the level that we were seeing it in Belair.
Yeah, that's one thing we can definitely tip our hats to them, is that this thing doesn't play for one type of black person. Because let's be real, there are different kinds of black people, the same way that there are different kinds of white folk, different kinds of other races within our own community. And
well, the good thing that I love, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like it needs to be said. This is not a black family who got rich and forgot about black people.
Facts.
That's something I feel like really needs to be hammered home. This is not your story of, hey, I got some money and now everything in my life is white. Like they do it big black. Like they're just doing it black the way that white people would do it with their own white people. But they do it with their own people. And that's what I feel like I really love about it. It's what keeps drawing me back. It's like, we knew that Will Smith wouldn't have a story come out that didn't show some level of black excellence, and he's given us all of it in this episode. And opening, and you gotta love it.
Yeah, like I said, I love the opening. Now let's speculate for a little bit, because you mentioned time span. Where do you think this in a span? For me, I think that the span of this season is anywhere from 8 months to a year. If you really break it down, because you got the beginning of the school year, and then that kind of falls in the background. Then you have his mom come visit. You know what I mean? I feel like if I was to speculate, I think that this entire season takes place within 8 months to a year.
So I think it's absolutely less. I would say somewhere probably around 4 months.
4 to 6 months, or just 4 months?
4 months. And here's why. Because I know how sports work.
Oh.
Will is already in basketball season, which means it would have had to have been around November time if he's already in the basketball season. In episode 10, he says, I'm going to basketball practice.
Yeah.
He can't be any further than February, maybe into early March, when he's doing that, because that's how long the high school basketball season works. And unless he just all of a sudden started playing like AAU basketball, we have to assume that he's still playing high school basketball. And if that's the case, we're still talking about the what's called in high school sports the winter season. So that's a 4-month period. He probably came to Belair at the beginning of basketball season. Probably only played like 1, maybe 2 games in West Philly that year. And then he's riding out the entire season. So I think this happens a lot faster than we might think. And either that's the case or somebody didn't do their research when they were writing. It's one of the two.
Hey, that's not far off, bro. Like I wouldn't put nothing past that theory. Okay, so we get that opening, and yes, it's a beautiful opening. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was beautiful, a beautiful setup to show our people at our best, or enjoying ourselves in a respectful manner. And then we see uh, Phil adjusting to his new lifestyle and actually putting in some real effort. And we see him putting in real effort with his son, who a little too late. Like I mean, it wasn't like it was like an epiphany or something that he realized he needed to do. He just did it, which I wish they would have wrote it in more that way. Like, okay, Phil was understanding that his family could possibly be falling apart, and then it would have made that moment a little bit more emotional. It was emotional, but it kind of just came out of nowhere. But I did enjoy it, and I thought it was a pretty good uh, way to kind of bring Phil back into his place and kind of finding his place as a stay-at-home father when he wants to go do something with Carlton, and Carlton gets really giddy and exciting about that. Did that scene feel out of place for you, like it did for me, or do you think it was?
We're on two different sides of Phil, right?
Yeah.
It's fair to say that you and I look at Phil differently.
Yeah. Oh.
For me, it wasn't out of place. This is what Phil does.
Mm-hmm.
So one project is over. Now it's time to turn the focus to the second project. So it wasn't out of place. This is how Phil rolls. Remember when I told you I don't believe it's him not actually caring about his son. It's him really being legit about, I'm going to do whatever it takes for you to be successful. Well, now he understands. He saw his son at the church, kind of freeze up, deal with the anxiety. He knows that the relationship is tense because he knows that his son believes that he likes Will more than he likes him. So now he's doubling back to the son to reinvest, to strengthen those roots with the son, so that the son can go on and do what he's supposed to do. I just think this is par for the course. I like the fact that Carlton asked, "Is Will going, or does Will know?" Like almost as if you planned this just for me.
Yeah,
something we're all doing. So it was like, I think that's a purposeful choice by Phil to do something that he knows Will's probably not that into, and make it just about him and his son, so that he could reconnect at a level that he hasn't been able to connect with because he's been dealing with all of this campaign stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was a beautiful touch. Like I really appreciated, Phil, stepping up and doing what's supposed to be done. I'm just, I got to play devil's advocate because I'm just like, this stuff, the way that they move this stuff around, the way that they throw this stuff in, it's like you said, it's that time span thing. We don't know how long it's been or what's been going on, but then a lot of times they're leaving things on the table for us to figure out on our own. And that's going to be the one thing that I take away from this season as we walk away from it, because what we're going to do, we're going to forget about it, and then maybe when they start buzzing about season 2, if it does come back, then maybe the flame will rekindle itself. But I don't know. We'll see. So then we move on from that. Go ahead.
They seem to be all in on the season 2.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously now with all of the Will Smith stuff going on, we'll see. But it seemed as if beforehand they were all in on season 2, and I don't think you're going to get rid of a show that he's the producer of or executive producer of because you're mad at him, therefore affecting all of these people who had nothing to do with it. Essentially, you're no better than Will.
Yeah.
So I think we'll get season 2. And the way in which it was left, boy, will we be waiting for season 2.
So we get a little bit more of the Will and Lisa stuff. At this point, it's feeling dragged on. Like she's still upset at him because they just lie about him and his personal business. I'm going to call it his personal business. Like she has no right to know about his personal business.
Exactly.
She's playing it out like he completely deceived her, or purposely manipulated her to do something.
And she keeps bringing sex back into it. As if he told her, hey, listen, I fired a gun up in the air to keep my homeboy from getting murked. And I went to jail and my Uncle Phil sent me out here. She's saying that as if she doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
As if she somehow thinks it's a lie. And it's like, yo, I'm telling you, I had to do this because I promised my uncle. Like, the same way you promised your dad stuff.
Yeah.
I promised my uncle this. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. I'm a part of me is glad that they had a breakup. Like, I was kind of happy when it happened. I was like, yeah, bro, let her walk away, bro. Like, let her.
Yeah,
let's find you a new love interest. For me, it had nothing to do with the looks. It's just like her character just got a little bit more annoying than I expected it to get as the season kept going on.
She seemed more strong-willed in the first few episodes. Like,
yeah.
Like, yo, I got this on lock. I know how to navigate this world because I've had to deal with so much.
Yeah.
From being that to just being whiny, complaining, like really, you don't understand this? How can you not understand this? Your father was police chief.
Like, if anything, her character would have been better as someone that has to slap some sense into Will. Yeah. Like the way that Phil. The way that Jazz was with Hillary and the way that Phil was with Carlton, like, snap out of it, boy. We got to do better and be better. You know what I mean? Like,
because I feel like she's going to be that for Carlton. She could be that for Carlton, but it's like because Carlton clearly confides in her, but her character as it pertains to Will, I've never particularly liked. And I still don't like. And part of it was the look. And now part of it's the other part's now just the way the character arc has gone. I haven't been a fan of it. And it's a shame because I think it's a great opportunity to introduce a legitimate three-dimensional character into this role. But she's not three-dimensional.
She's not
three-dimensional.
Let's talk about someone that is three-dimensional. Let's talk about Carlton and how, and I know this is a little bit out of order, but I can't not talk about how this guy went from being my least favorite character to being the one, if not the best actor on the show.
Yeah, like, or the best written.
I give you that too.
Like I have to give the actor his props because somebody's got to bring that right into life.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to give the writers props because clearly this was the character that they zeroed in on and said, we're going to make this character's arc so this to that, so opposite ends of the rainbow that people will have no other choice than to gravitate towards him. And that it's been really dope to watch. And watching him be strong and supportive and vulnerable all in the same episode. Like, hey man, this, and then I gotta tell you something. Yo, this is what you found. This is what was in the letter. Blah blah blah. Yo, Will, you about to leave, man. Don't take care of yourself.
Yo.
Slips the money in the pocket. Like he was in his bag on this one, my guy.
Bro, we're getting ahead of ourselves because we got to get into that. But let's talk about Jazz and Hillary, right? I know we know what we knew, but I love this dynamic. Like, yo, bro, if they told me they was giving me a Jazz and Hillary show right now, I'm tuned. I'm locked. Locked.
I want to see more Jazz.
Yes.
I want to see less Lisa. I want to see more Jazz.
I want to see more Jazz and Will. How about that?
But this tells me that all of the stuff that we don't see,
that's
Jazz. Like clearly this relationship with Will is more than we know. And like I was telling you off mic, he's more of a big brother type. He's more of a confidant than he is like a best friend because clearly they're not the same age. He's out here smashing Hillary. Like, if he's smashing Hillary and Hillary is out of school several years and Will's only a junior, then Jazz and Will ain't gonna be the same. Clearly, Jazz is probably more towards Hillary's age, probably early 20s, 22, 23, somewhere in there.
I mean, unless Jazz has just been on his own, I mean, they don't really. That's the thing; they don't give us the backstory. So maybe he was just on his own, or maybe he was the breadwinner taking care of someone, or
it's possible, but I just don't see Hillary going that route.
That's true.
All we know about Hillary, I don't see Hillary going for an 18-year-old when she's 5 years older than this dude. Like, I don't see that being a dynamic. I could be wrong. And
no.
We don't know how old. Maybe Hillary's only 21. And then we've been there. We've seen how these dynamics go. You could pull a something, and my big Jazz was clearly on top of his game. So I don't want to take that away from him. But so how did you like the fact that all of a sudden Hillary gave up the cheeks when Jazz started flirting with the influencer, and you could see the influencer was feeling him?
Yo, listen, that part, I actually like that part, and I like the fact that Jazz is winning. I love that Jazz is winning in this series. I love that he's winning with Hillary. I love that him and Hillary have something that may not pan out. Even if they do the cat and mouse thing, they always do that in every show where there's like that couple. They did it in Friends, like where they make you hold on. They're hanging in front of you like these guys may get together. They may not. They may. You know what I mean? Even if they give us that, I'll be fine because I love what they got going on between those two characters. Like Jazz and Hillary are probably the second best thing about this series that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, I think the interesting part is the dynamics that we're seeing with Hillary as she tries to figure out who she is.
Yeah, and he's keeping it grounded.
And the thing that I like about it is that Jazz, more than just a love interest, is giving her some legit game. Like, she's put him up on game. He talked about him being over 5,000, 5,000 subs on his Instagram. Now he's giving her game. Hey, listen, stop treating her like she's a lifeline and look at her as a partner. And everything that he tells Hillary, she's taking to heart, and then she's applying it. It's been a few times throughout the series that we've seen Jazz throw some game out there to Hillary and to Will.
Yeah.
Time game.
Yeah, my man Williams in the building. He agrees. Yeah, Jazz and Hillary, man, they have a really dope bond, and it makes me kind of forget about the whole Will and Jazz bond because it's not necessary. Somebody's connecting with Jazz, and I love that Jazz is getting his just dues and getting that shine that he deserves. So we could have got a little bit more of him in this season, I think. But I like when we do get a little bit of him, it's good. It's a great amount, like a great amount. But now it's time to really let's open this amazing can of worms, the elephant in the room about episode 10 that I didn't see coming, but I did see this coming because if I go back to, I think maybe like episode 3 when we were talking about this in the beginning, I made a joke saying that I guarantee by the end of season 1 we're going to see Will's dad, and I thought that we were going to get the whole "how come he don't want me" scene, but what we got was something that I consider better.
No. We got the "how come you don't want me" scene, but we got the real legitimate.
The real
legitimate. You ain't finna come up in here and start talking about my mom's, bruh.
Oh.
Like if you're, I grew up without my father around, so I know exactly this thing. Like, I can say what I want about my mom, You ain't gonna say nothing about her. You don't got no right to do nothing. You ain't calling me son. You ain't Marlon, for what it's worth, right? Because I've seen social media tearing Belair up because Marlon Wayans is the father trying to do serious roles. Clearly, you people don't watch cinema.
Yeah, because they didn't see respect.
Out of all of the Wayans, Marlon Wayans is the classically trained actor.
Yeah.
The rest of them went the comedy route.
Marlon, dream.
But I'm trying to give people the background.
Yeah.
Marlon Wayans was a classically trained actor who then crossed. That's why his stand-up is still so raw, because he's only really been 5, 6, 7 years. He hasn't been doing stand-up since he was 19, 20 years old. Like 18, 16, like some of the other Wayans have. He came to stand-up late because he's a classic.
My man got frozen, but I want to say yes. Anthony Rashad, you are absolutely 1,000% right. Marlon Wayans comes in this thing, and the anticipation was brewing because once I knew that Will's dad was going to come into the picture and that we were going to actually see him, a part of me was like, nah, they're going to switch and bait on us. They're probably not going to show us who he is because the end of the episode was coming close. And then I'm watching it, and then damn, yes, he shows up.
Nah,
he shows. Yeah,
he was dope. He was dope. And just to finish my part, because I know I froze.
Yeah,
like, I really wish Marlon Wayans leaned into the dramatic, serious roles more often than he does, because he's dope every time he's in it. He was dope in Requiem for a Dream. He was dope in Above the Rim. Like, people thought that Above the Rim role was a comedy role. It wasn't. Like, we know dudes like that who are on the court right now.
Yeah.
Like Marlon Wayans has always been impressive as an actor. And so these people out here trying to throw shade on his name, they need to get their act together. That's some bullshit. Like, Marlon Wayans built this thing. Like, when I saw him come on, when I saw him step on the stage, I went, yes.
Really?
He was going to slang it. I knew he was going to kill it. Like, even down to the way he looked. He looked like a dude who's done some time.
When I saw his face when he turned around, I said, "What?" I could not believe. And you're right, it was the look, because he was a little more swole. He had the beard. Like, I had to buy in immediately. Like, no smiling, no. Like, I was like, in the way, even the way that he approached Phil, like, he approached Phil and Viv like cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
he wasn't really too messed up about them with the threats. Like,
yeah, like, they could say anything they want, and he was just like, yeah, all right, whatever. I'm here to see my son. I'm here to see my son. But that performance, man, when they had that sit down, and I got to give it to Jabari. On this one, man. Like, he lost it, bro.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Jabari shares this story. Like, there's no way. Well, I mean, there is a way. There are great actors and actresses out there that can channel some shit. But I'm telling you right now, if you told me that he absolutely never related to that situation in that scene and he pulled off that scene, I would not believe you.
Facts. I think you gotta either know it personally or you've had to experience it in some kind of way. Like, you saw somebody else go through it. Like, this ain't just you read the lines and then you threw this out. Like,
yeah,
something that came with it. Like, he was on point. I mean, even the insults that he lobbed at him, and the way in which Lou responded. Yo, you ain't gonna talk to me like that. He snatched his ass up so quick. He screwed his ass up out there.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked. It was like, this is the rawness of what happens when we haven't had an opportunity to get our emotions together before we introduce somebody that is not been a part of our lives. Like Will is not ready to hear that his mother is the reason why his father's not in his life.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
he's
when
not.
his father starts blaming his mom for various things, he's tight about it. And I can understand it because you don't want nobody talking bad about your mom, bro.
Yeah. And you gotta take in consideration of the roller coaster that Will has been on throughout. Like just being thrown into a family, a side of the family that he barely really knows. You know what I mean? Like his trust level has got to be at an all-time low because now he's around these cousins, these uncles, the aunt, and he barely knows them. I feel like if anybody he knew Viv the most, but everybody else was a complete stranger to him. And then to finally get attached to them and kind of feel that love, and then this so-called dad comes into the picture. All that shit built up, bro. The way he exploded in that scene, I felt every minute of it. Like I was saying, man, like I was soft, bro. Like I'd say if you watched that and you didn't relate or you related and you didn't shed a tear or at least get like watery eyed or something, then you ain't human. Because that shit hit. It hit.
He brought up the stuff that he was suppressing. And that's
Yeah.
what I liked about it too, because we all do it. Like we all try to suppress certain things in order to just get along and make the best out of the situation. I ain't seen y'all in 12 years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he brought me back out. You supposed to be my aunt. You out here with all this bread. I ain't seen you in 12 years. You abandoned me just like you abandoned my mom.
Yeah.
Like for him to take those opportunities and shout out to Aunt Viv because she ate it. She wasn't trying to she wasn't trying to cop no pleas. She ain't trying to nothing. She ate it because she knew this is what he had to do. He had to. Even them letting him walk out the house. Like I'm thinking about that. And I'm never letting him go out the house. He's definitely not one of my cars.
Yeah.
No. You way too emotional. That's how people get wrapped around poles. You
Yeah.
can leave, but I'm gonna need you to calm your ass down before you get up out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to know that you're okay before you leave. You're not just gonna leave here all hella emotional with your bags and here cussing me out to jump in my car. You better call Dad's ass to come get you or something.
Another cool dynamic in the story writing, I'm going to say, because this is probably one of the best parts, like the twist reveal, was that Phil represented his father. I thought that was a dope cherry on top. Like, it would make sense. I thought that maybe it was going to be a thing where, because, I always thought that Phil was the fucking evil dude. I thought that it was going to be on a thing where Phil purposely threw the case. Because it kind of felt like that, but I know that's not what happened. But I was thinking, was that what happened? Did Phil throw the case?
What I think is dope about it is that, like, now we understand why Phil was so against it. Because he thinks this dude is slime. Like he thinks this dude is. Now, I also like the fact that they bring the dynamic in of him being a changed person. But change don't come easy for nobody. So
he's not changed.
When he's like, yo, he made his bed and I tried to come here to set things straight with him. Now he gotta live with this. I'm out. That's the type of reaction from a person who's still trying to figure out this change.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt Lou's gonna be back in season 2. Like,
yeah. He's definitely gonna be back. And maybe that's when we'll get the, good dad turn again bad dad scene where, how come you don't want me type shit. Because I mean,
they don't go that route at all.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
He's able to build a bond with his father.
That would be great. That would be even better. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah. I got some ideas flowing in my head right now. I should send over.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that Bel-Air has zigged where Fresh Prince zagged at. Like they purposely changed things up, and I think this goes back to my thought process about Will Smith wanting to show Black excellence within, this story. Because why do we always have to see the negative stories that come from the Black experience? Why can't we show all of the fathers who had a rough go of it, wasn't in their sons' lives, but then found a way to get back into their son's life and make a relationship that was simpatico down the line? Like, maybe they're showing this is the beginning of the rebirth of this relationship.
Yeah.
Like they might decide not to go with the whole, well, I'm gonna leave you because I can't have a son out there type of stuff.
Kevin in the chat makes a point, but I honestly don't see Lou flinching about this, especially in the space that he's in. He says Lou gonna find out about Rashad. Yeah, I mean, even if he did, Lou still seems like he's still got that jail mentality, and that eye for an eye situation ain't gonna phase him one bit. It would be interesting to see if, like what you said, Lou really is trying to be different and finds out that that had been taken care of in the way that we assume it's been taken care of. Then that's interesting. But right now, I don't even see Lou batting an eye. I see Lou saying, "It's good job, son."
The other hand would have been for his son to get murdered. So with that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Overall, this season for me, and I want to know what you think about the season overall. It's been messy, but overall, it has charm, and I get what they want to do. They stuck their landing in the ending in the season finale, but the series as a whole didn't land the mark for me. Will I be back for season 2? Absolutely. I will be there again watching it, and I will be doing these recaps still because I'm all in now, and I feel like the community wants to talk about the series because it has some good points to talk about, but I don't think it's a great show. I don't think that, and it's not because they didn't. It's the people involved are great. The actors are great. The writing is where it's lacking. The storytelling is where it's lacking, but not in every place, just in most places for me. A lot of stuff is generic. A lot of stuff feels generic. And I don't feel like it took me anywhere that any other show wouldn't have taken me. So for that, I can't say that I think that this series is a great series, but it's interesting because of what I'm already familiar with. That's what keeps me coming back. What I'm familiar with, nothing new, just what I'm familiar with.
I'm intrigued by the fact that they're showing like how many shows do we have of this level of Black people that's not your low hanging fruit drama. No. So I'm down for this, if no other reason than this seems to be different than like the haves and the have-nots.
Oh man.
And shout out to Tyler Perry. He's doing content that people clearly want to see because they keep picking up. But
that's like Black soaps to me. You know what I mean? Like it's not. That's stuff my mom wants to watch. That's a demographic that's not our demographic.
But there's nothing for us in this space.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Having something in this space for us to be able to consume is dope. I'm willing to give them license to figure this out season 2 because all they're guaranteed is 2 seasons. So if they don't figure this thing out in season 2, it's probably not coming back from a season 3. Like, to me, that's the part that gets me. Like, will they figure this out? Because they introduced a lot, right? They introduced a lot in season 1, which means they have a lot of different ways to go in season 2. Like the season 2 pick up where season 1 left off. The season 2 pick up months later. Like what? And that's going to be the answer. That's going to be the questions that we need answered. And then we're going to need to figure out how are they going to like fit all of these different storylines in? Is this an ensemble cast, or is this a story about Will? They're going to have to answer that question better than they've answered that question in season 1. But I'm all in. Like I'm down for this type of stuff. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, you're right. You've been saying that too, and I agree with that. Like it is an ensemble piece from where we stand right now, and they've given us so much in the first season, just cramming us with so many arcs that could have been slowly burned. Um, I don't know what's going on with season 2, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. But I do know this because of where they've gone throughout season 1. Expect some physical damage in season 2. There's going to be either a car wreck, an ass whooping, a gunshot, a stab wound. Something's going to happen in season 2 that antes up what's going on in season 1. That's just my opinion. You guys mark my word. I predicted that the dad was going to show up in a joke, and here we are. I'm telling you now, they're going to give us, or we might even get the drug overdose episode in season 2. Carlton's going to have his drug overdose, or the gun episode. Remember the gun episode with Carlton? One of the two. One of the two is going to happen in season 2 for sure. Will says something that I don't understand. Maybe you understand this one, Gene. He says, do you think they're going to introduce the other two sisters in a trans way since the OG season did relationships about mixed relationships? I don't remember that.
What other two sisters?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. What do you mean by that, Will? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll holler back. I don't know the other two sisters you're referring to.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about trans stuff, but I mean, like I said, we already got our first gay character.
LGBTQ, so I don't think past anything from that standpoint. Like I think they're going to try to explore all of these avenues. Yeah, I just hope they do it in a better manner than they did it this year. Because just went through another episode where she got 4 lines.
Yeah, dude. I'd
love to hear what Ashley has to say. I'd love to know what she's about.
She became the most intelligent character in one episode.
And she does do her ceremonial throw a little shot at Carlton with the picture at the art show of Will.
Oh yeah, watch the throne.
It's like you better watch your throne. That's what it means.
Yeah, watch the throne a little closer. Yeah, man, she's like the smartest person in the show with the least amount of lines. So I was shocked that they got Marlon. Yeah, but Marlon slayed it, bro. Marlon slayed it, and listen. He needs to do a lot more drama. This proves it. Viv's sister Janice and Helen.
Oh, they're talking about Viv's other sisters.
Okay.
See, I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to... I don't know if you... where are they going to fit them at? Another one-off episode where you bring 2 more sisters into the dynamic?
And then we never hear about them ever again?
It was easy in the Fresh Prince because everything was centered and revolved around Will.
Yep.
This is not. This isn't centered, nor is it revolving around Will. It's revolving around everything at the same time.
The show should have been called The Banks.
I don't mind it being called Bel-Air. It's not called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Bel-Air. So we keep trying to fit it into The Fresh Prince because that's what we want.
What about Robbie? I should have Robbie in here too.
Yeah, but it's not the Fresh Prince. And so I think the sooner that we appreciate this just as standalone, not the Fresh Prince, the easier it'll be to accept some of the things that we don't get about the dynamics of the family.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm scared for season 2. I'm not even gonna lie, because they barely got me with season 1. I only like it for the nostalgia reasons. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's a great show. I just think that it has great things in it.
I think it has great potential.
Yes. A lot of potential.
We've seen times where a first season wasn't phenomenal, and then they got their shit together. And they came back with a second season that was dope as hell. So I'm hoping that the investment in the writing, the investment in telling the stories picks up to where we get season 3 and season 4, because I'd like to see where these stories all like end up or how they play out. And if they come back with another season written like this, I don't know if they're going to get that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you dropping by. This has got to be a shorter show because, again, I am away. I am on the West Coast right now, and it's been a very, very long weekend, a very long week, and I'm still not done with my evening. And I know my man Gene's got to do his things, and I appreciate you for coming on and talking with me like we do. Bel-Air has finally ended. I need another show.
Again, people. Like,
watch it again. Come back and
pick up on some stuff that you ain't pick up on. Like the fact that my boy Will knew that Jazz was smashing. Like, come on now.
That was good. I like that though. I like that they did that. So, but I need another show. We need another show to talk about while we wait for season 2. So if y'all got any recommendations out there, please let me know. I mean, I pretty much watch anything. I'm watching Moon Knight right now. That's going to be my next week to week. Moon Knight is
dope right now.
Yeah, listen.
Everything.
Oh my God.
Everything.
I hate the fact that they only gave us 1 episode. I'm like, I mean, they're only 6, but
all 6 right now.
Yeah, I need all 6 today, like right now.
It says Halo, but.
I had Halo early. I watched the first 2 episodes of Halo already, so I skipped this week. So I'm waiting for the 3rd. I want to see the 3rd episode. But we'll start that. I don't know. What did you think about Halo? Did you like Halo?
I mean, it's interesting because I remember the game and trying to figure out where they're going with the story. Knowing the game is hard because, I need to see more. It's too early for me to say it's great, it's not great. It ain't Moon Knight, people.
Y'all need to get on Moon Knight. Episode 1 on Moon Knight will have you like, what am I watching? What am I watching?
Episode 1 of Moon Knight had me like this at the end.
And I watched it at like 3 in the morning too. I watched it as soon as it dropped. So I'm laying there like half asleep and like opening episode. I'm like, what? So I'm all in on that right now. But yeah, man. Again, thanks for stopping through, all of you guys. Yo, Sean, William, Kevin, Robbie. If I missed you, I apologize. Anthony, I see you. Cymatic, I see you. Thanks for stopping through. King Maurice, it's always a pleasure, fellas. Yeah, Moon Knight is dope. Yeah, Moon Knight is dope. And it's only 1 episode. You know what I do? I wait till episode 2 drops and then watch them both back to back because episode 1 is so loopy and new that you may walk away like, what was that?
Yeah.
It's like going on a roller coaster ride and then they're telling you can't ride it again. And you're gonna be like, but wait, no, I gotta go back because I need to figure out what just happened. It's good, man. It's good. If you like to think about what you're watching, trust me, it's good. Again, guys, we're gonna get the hell up out of here. I gotta finish my weekend. But again, it's been a pleasure. I will let you all know when we are doing the next series or the next show. It's been a fun ride, guys. I appreciate all of you stopping through. Gene, you let them know where they can find you, brother.
Hey, find me everywhere on all social medias at Gene Clemens. Follow the YouTube channel, Coach Gene Clemens. Go check out all the podcasts that I've got. Talk Spicy, Gene Therapy, and the Zebra Stripes podcast. If you're into sports, I'm where you need to be. Holla at your boy.
And of course, guys, you know where to find me, Klepcx. I'm on all platforms. Yo, I want to meet some of you guys on social media. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm always at, Klepcx. I'm on Twitter too. You can find me on Facebook as well. Everywhere, Klepcx. You guys, let's chop it up and talk movies and television. It's been an honor, man. I appreciate everybody stopping by. So again, everybody, please wake up, be passionate, create, and repeat. And for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. And I'll talk to you all later. Peace.